Good morning, Philip. It's everybody's favorite day of the week. It's Friday. I can't speak for everybody, but it's Top 5 Friday. Now, I looked into some spin classes, and spin classes cost money, which I don't have a lot of, so I will do you one better. I will wear your outfit, and, piece of news you may or may not know, my bike is working again, kind of. Enough to ride it. I will, instead of attending a spin class, wear your suggested outfit and ride around downtown St. Petersburg for half an hour or more, up to an hour, because I would just get bored and tired because I'm out of shape. This would be the headband that I would wear, which may not seem that embarrassing, but it matches my bicycle. My top 5 for today is kind of a weird one. I'm taking this one. It's kind of out of left field, and this is distracting me. Turn this off. I was talking with my friend Forrest, and we were trying to think of some interesting top 5s that I could do for today. This was yesterday, and I can't remember who suggested it, but I thought it was a good idea. Top 5 groups of 4 people highly analogous with the Beatles. Number 5 is, of course, the vultures from The Jungle Book, because they are clearly the Beatles. They have the Beatles' voices. So that's kind of a throwaway. Number 4, the male bridge occupants on Star Trek. So we're talking Kirk, Spock, Sulu, Mr. Sulu, and Mr. Chekhov. Mr. Chekhov is kind of he's kind of behind the scenes, doesn't really do much of anything. That's clearly Ringo. Mr. Sulu, he pilots the ship, kind of behind the scenes, but you see more of him. So he's George. Spock is, of course, John Lennon. So he's kind of the smarter, more serious one. And then Kirk is kind of the gung-ho kind of front man. And there we got Paul. Number 3, Scooby-Doo. Now I know what you're thinking, there's 5 people in Scooby-Doo. Just wait and see. Freddy would be John. He's kind of he's the leader. He's always pretty serious. There's not really a clear leader of the Beatles, I would like to point out. So it's kind of hard with groups with obvious leaders. Ringo is clearly Scooby. Shaggy would be Paul, because he's kind of silly, but less silly than Ringo. That would leave Velma to be George Harrison by default. Daphne is, of course, Yoko Ono. Number 2, we have the Fantastic Four. John is the Human Torch. kind of a hot temper, fire, you know. Paul, Mr. Fantastic, kind of, you know, the gung-ho leader thing again. By default, the Thing would have to be George Harrison. I'm not sure why. I think this is only number 2 because there are 4 of them. There's no other... Like Star Trek has, you know, there are other cast members to Star Trek. Scooby-Doo is actually 5. I think that's why the Fantastic Four is number 2. It's not a very good one. And then Ringo would, of course, be the Invisible Girl. Poor Ringo. Number 1, I'm really proud of this one. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Leonardo, obviously, George Harrison. Donatello, the funny, smart one, would be Paul McCartney. The silly, goofy one doesn't really do much of anything. Michelangelo, that would be Ringo. And the hot-tempered sort of leader figure is, of course, Raphael. It's John Lennon. I guess I'll see you on Monday with your response to my suggestion for my punishment.